Hey everyone, we are here with another amazing guest with us, Arsh Goyal, and he has dabbled in the IT industry for a lot of years, and he is here with us to share a lot of invaluable insights about the tech industry, the job openings, the opportunities, and so much more. He is a software engineer at Samsung currently, and he has worked in ISRO as a software engineer too, and has worked with many other organizations, which we will be talking about in this episode. So thank you, Arsh, for being a part of this podcast. I'm really excited to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Naveen, for inviting me. Super excited to talk to all of you here.
Yes. Actually, I will try to track you for a lot of time. You're busy with a lot of schedules, and my friends. I told my friends that I will be contacting you, and they were like very excited to see this podcast coming soon. And yes, let's get started with that. The first thing I want to ask you is that could you just give a brief, your journey about what are the various jobs you worked in the past years?
See, I am a very recent graduate. I would not say I have a lot of experience. I'm a 2021 pass out from NIT Jalandhar. So I have passed out from NIT Jalandhar in 2021. Throughout my college, I explored a lot of fields, right? I did everything that whatsoever came in the way, I did it, be it web development, machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, all kind of projects I did. And I was exploring a lot of things within college, right? So throughout college, I was participating in a lot of hackathons, participating in a lot of events. And there was one hackathon that came into picture that was in which we made something for a company, which is a US based company known as Lowe's Group of Companies. So they have home improvement material and stuff. You can say something similar to Walmart. Like Walmart has stores across the country. Same with that, Lowe's has stores across the country. We participated in that hackathon. We won that hackathon, and I was offered a pre-placement offer by that company. So the first offer that I got was that. Along with that, I did multiple internships and freelance work with multiple teams. One of which is let's say BitGrid. So BitGrid, it's a data science company. It's based out of Japan. So I was keen on working in data science. So I was looking out for different ways on how can I engage. So I started cold emailing to a lot of people. So BitGrid came into picture. I talked to their MD at that time. They were kind of building a data science community all across for APAC region. So I contributed in multiple ways. It was a long duration internship, and I was able to get a lot of things out of it. Secondly, I did worked with ISRO. It was also again a cold email thing. How it happened was I was exploring ML and machine learning. I did a lot of MOOCs or massive open online courses, and I was like, what should I do now? Right? I've done courses. I have personal projects experience. Now I want to understand how industry works. And in industry, I was very keen on understanding how government organizations work, right? Do software engineering, because software engineering is a very important aspect of all the government applications that we use, right? And how government organizations like ISRO, DRDO and stuff like that, they use these algorithms and stuff. What I did was I took out a lot of people who were working in ISRO already. There were different computer scientists, people who are at senior positions. So I took their email IDs and I cold emailed them my profile and told them these are the things that I have done. I'm capable enough to do so and so, right? And luckily, I think I have mailed to around 50 people, but luckily around 2 to 3 people got back to me, and one of them scheduled interview rounds with me. Right. So at that time, I had exposure to machine learning, data science, neural networks, right? And they were working on a project based upon neural networks. So I was very interested in the project also, and the interviews went well. So I was offered that project, and what that project was basically, you need to remove. I would just give a brief of what that project is because it has been used by Government of India. So what it has been used for is, let's say it was used to take images, like the images that ISRO took from above the clouds. It's in some different format, and there's a lot of information that they gather in that file format, right? So how can you use neural networks known as generative adversarial networks to process those images and get the required information that can be used by government to help farmers with the crop insurance amount, right? So this was the kind of it's a very small gist, but the project is very lengthy. This is something that I found to be very interesting. Apart from that, I did one internship with CodeChef. CodeChef is a platform where people go and practice coding. So I worked at that time. People were crazy about CodeChef long challenges and multiple other contests that used to happen on CodeChef. So it was kind of a craze, and I was very fascinated about the platform. Like, and I got an opportunity through them. Some of the team, like CodeChef team, reached out to me, like if I'm looking out for an internship and stuff. So they reached out to me, and I said, okay, let's go and try. I gave an interview with them. So multiple 2-3 interviews I gave them, and I was selected for that also. And I did that. I understood how that entire platform worked and what all things go behind from, let's say, designing a coding problem to getting it live on the platform, seeing different solutions coming out from people, how a contest can be scaled to, let's say, 40,000 people, 50,000 people coming at the same time and solving problems. So that kind of exposure is something that I got there. That it was amazing. I particularly got interested into education space through CodeChef. Then Samsung, I did one internship. I got a pre-placement offer from Samsung also. I joined them, and it has been like great time here. I've worked in two teams here in Samsung, and the work has been very, very like I would say, I have been learning a lot. This is what I would say, and the stuff has grown over time. So this has been basically the journey that I have had for you can say corporate or career.
Mhm. That's very detailed, bro. So the thing is, you mentioned now, you were focusing on building projects as well as practicing DSA to crack interviews and stuff. And as a student, if they are studying in college, if they are in the final year of college, they should be focusing more on DSA, right? But at the same time, a lot of people might not be interested in DSA as you are, or as other competitive programmers. They just want to build cool projects. They want to just come see their idea into a product, right? So for those people, what would you suggest them do?
See, there are multiple things, right? You need to look out for your end goal. Let's say after college, there are 3 options. One wants to get into a product-based company straight out of college. This is one. One wants to get into a startup. That's the second. Third one wants to get into a service-based. So there's a different journey out of all 3.
Okay.
Let's say your aim is to get into a product-based company, maybe just after college, or maybe after 2 years you're passed, or maybe after 5 years you're passed. Then anyhow you will have to go through that data structure algorithms path, right? Be Google, Microsoft, Amazon. Even after 10 years of experience, you will be asked questions based upon DSL. So if that is the goal, better do it now, right? If at all that is not the goal, you are just enjoying what you are doing, you want to learn more, you want to focus more upon building projects, then you can go through this route of startups. Many early age startups have recently got funding, be it seed round or Series A or something like that. So they are looking out for passionate developers because they don't have time to teach people. They want somebody who already knows stuff, comes into their team and starts working, right? So for those kind of people, person who is very good at development, very good at maybe Java full stack or front end or back end, so you have a very high chance to get a job. And I'm talking about early age startups. Then let's say if you want to aim for some big startups who have like now become unicorns, be it Zomato, Swiggy, Urban Company, Meesho, so these kind of startups, right? For them, the interview process has been the same. You need a balanced profile. You need DSA also. You need dev also. So DSA somehow comes into picture when you're interviewing for any big tech company. So you can't escape it if you are seeing a long-term career in software engineering. But yes, at the same time, if you feel that you want to grow, you want to learn, and this is something that you enjoy, continue doing that, you'll get a job there as well. That's not an issue. Talking about third thing, that is service-based companies, right? When you talk about service-based companies, so there the scenario is totally different. For some of the service-based companies, what happens is they would ask you very minimal to very fundamental data structure algorithms, or you should be comfortable with one language, be it object-oriented programming and stuff, and you're good to go. Or maybe you are good at projects, you just explain 1 or 2 projects and you're good to go. Companies like Infosys, Wipro, Capgemini, TCS, so they don't look out for extraordinary skills, but they look out for people who have the ability to learn, right? So these are the 3 categories, and you need to decide on what is your goal, maybe now, maybe after 2 years, maybe after 5 years, accordingly plan your way, right? Both the things are correct. ESA also, dev also. I would suggest a balanced profile would be suitable.
Okay, a balanced profile would be suitable. Okay. I think I asked this to a lot of people too, but I think you gave one of the best answers. And I just wanted to ask you this too. You mentioned that when you got a job at ISRO, so before that, you actually did a cold DM, right? So you actually did a lot of cold DMs, like 50 DMs and stuff. But I mean, I have also tried doing a lot of cold DMs with a lot of people when I was doing freelancing, and usually, since you mentioned there are only 3 or 4 people who do, but there will be some sort of tricks. Tricks that you should do in order to make them respond to you, or showcase your portfolio, or a lot of things, right? So, what are the things that they can do to ensure that the person responds back?
See, now I have learned this hard way. I also
Mhm.
used to message so many people on LinkedIn or email to so many people, and I would see nobody is applying. And I understood then when I came into picture, right? When I started getting content, now I do get a lot of requests and lot of messages, emails from multiple people. So now I realize that person might be busy at that point of time, and he might be getting a lot of requests. That's why he's not able to revert back. So now I understand the pain. But what I would suggest is, let's say if you're approaching a new early age startup and you're cold emailing them, go on their website, research about what they're doing, maybe from the point of view of product, maybe from the point of view of tech, maybe from the point of view of business. Whichsoever angle of that their product right? Research about them, write it down in a notebook. Maybe if you have time, make a small case study of 4 or 5 slides, right? Or document it in a text format, then send it out. There are very, very high chances that the company would reply if your presentation is impacting any of their, be it tech, any of the product or business or marketing or stuff. So if any of these domains is impacted, they will definitely reach out to you, and they will see that you have worked hard, you have put in effort, you have made a presentation, you have researched about the company, and then you are coming. So they already know that you're genuinely interested in the product and the thing, and there are very high chances that you will get a reply. So do your prior research before doing a cold email. Don't just write one simple copy and send it to hundreds of people. Do work, do some smart work rather than doing that laborious work of sending same of people and not getting a reply even from you, right? So focus on, let's say, 10 good startups, do research, send out the email. High chances 5 or 10 would be successful.
Yes. Actually, that sounds good. Actually, so let's dive into the college part of this episode. Okay. So a lot of people personally message me about how to stay consistent when learning to code, especially in the college time. So when you started as this with data science and ML, right? That is actually a very competitive field and very hard to learn. There is like a lot of math involved, a lot of algorithms, and when someone starting out with field like this, it is very hard to keep up with it. So what would you suggest them do to actually stay consistent?
What I would say is, you should think from a long term point of view. What I have generally seen and observed people is, everyone wants quick results, right? They want, okay, I have learned this today, from tomorrow I should start getting money out of it. So that is not the case.
Yeah.
Any skill, be it web development, DSA, ML or something, everything needs time, right? So you need to put in efforts, you need to put in time, set some timely goals. That is important, right? Don't just look out for long-term goals. Okay, I'll do this, I'll do this in this much, like over a 6 months period. That would be extensive and you might not be able to fulfill it. Just cut down that 6 months journey into, let's say, 6 parts or 12 parts. Like in 15 days, I'll cover this part. Right? In next 15 days, I'll cover this part. Then it would be motivating for you that in these 15 days, I've covered this part. I'm feeling good, right? That's kind of reward. Yeah, I've done my part and now I'm happy. Maybe you can cover that part in 7 days also, and 7 days it's free for you. So reward yourself with more extra time, more enjoyment and stuff. Then only you can build that consistency, and you should have that internal motivation of why you are doing stuff. You should understand your psychology, ki why you are working hard. People don't understand. They just go behind what my friend is doing, what my colleague is doing, what my college is saying. So that would not give you motivation to do stuff. Your motivation should come from your inside. That is important.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, the intrinsic motivation precedes over the extrinsic motivation, right? Correct.
Sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So there is one more question which I want to ask you personally. So let's say a developer who has like good. I mean, he's good, greatly skilled, but the thing is, he doesn't have any internships in his resume. He doesn't have any work experience, but he has a lot of projects in his resume which he's listed out. But he has not participated in any hackathons or any internships during college, and he has completed his bachelor's degree. So what would that person do to actually get his first job as a developer? So it is quite hard, right? Since he doesn't have experience or internship. So how should you approach?
See, when you say personal projects, right, there can be different type of projects. Once you're doing a course, inside that course there are let's say 5 projects, and you did the same projects and you've written it on your resume. That is not fascinating. Everyone has done that. So how can, after learning from a course, after making those person projects, what extra you have added in those projects, right? That would make a difference.
Yes.
Is there a use case of the product that you have done? Let's say a web page, you have made it live. Let's say if you show that I have made an Android app and that is live on Play Store and it has been downloaded by 1,000 people, right? Or let's say 100 people. So if you have that kind of prototype, I as an interviewer would feel that you are hardworking, you are doing stuff, you are exploring things, and you have done it on your own. Everyone knows those projects which are there in the course, right? They have been there from ages. Same projects, e-commerce website, maybe some 2-3 games or stuff. That's there in every course. Do something different. Project should be unique and project idea should be impressive. Let's say if you impress me by your project idea, half of the game is done. Then your tech part and everything is 50%. If your idea is impressive, unique, then I know that person is smart. He has worked upon something very, very smart. That should be the idea. Make sure your project idea is very, very good. Secondly, if you feel that you are very good at development, you have done multiple stuff, go for freelance, right? You will easily get clients. In the beginning, they might not pay you a lot of money, but still you will get that relevant experience and you will have that kind of things to write in your resume, and you can discuss that in the interview. That will make you eligible for the job, for your first job. Try doing freelance. Thirdly, don't look out for, let's say, all these unicorn startups. Look out for startups which are very early age, who have recently got funding or who are yet to get funding, maybe bootstrapped. Work with them, get experience. Maybe they might not be able to pay you a lot of money, but even if a small amount they are paying you and you are learning stuff, I believe that is very good. The returns that you'll get from that time investment will be 10x, 15x, 20x in the coming year. So go ahead and get an internship, maybe a bootstrapped or a Series A or a seed funded startup. It can get you your first job.
Yes. Okay. So speaking of startups too, so we all know that the recession is now going on, and a lot of companies have, explicitly mentioned that they stop coming to colleges now. Even in IIT, there is not many hiring as it used to be now. I think exactly, to be honest, it has reduced to 30%. I think the number of hirings in IIT and other colleges as well. So it is quite scary, right? The students who have paid a lot of money to actually stay there for 4 years, and how can they escape from that, and or at least survive this problem?
Got it. See, if I tell you, in the past 2-3 months only, I've been to 3-4 NITs, colleges, 3-4 IITs. There are also other colleges, and the situation has been very stark from the past year and this year, right? Things have changed drastically. Placement numbers are not that good. Companies are not hiring. Companies are hiring, but they're not hiring in big numbers. Let's say the company which was hiring 10 folks from a college, it's just hiring 4 folks from a college. So the number of people getting hired is reduced. Competition has increased more, and companies' mindset is like they want people who are experienced. They don't want to spend a lot of money on a fresher. So that's the company's mindset. But at this point of time, also, still, what I feel is focus more on your skills, right? And it might take you more time, but you will eventually reach it, right? Maybe for somebody, you can directly get a job right now. For some of you, you might get it after 6 months. For some of you, it might take 8 months, 10 months, right? But you will eventually get it if you have worked so hard, right? Don't worry about your hard work would be wasted. No, it's not going to be wasted. Definitely, you will get what you deserve very, very soon. It's just a matter of time. For some, it would take a little bit more time. For some, it would be lesser time. But the situation is such at this point of time. Market is overcrowded. There has been layoffs happening. People have not been getting PPOs from companies, and the talent pool has become very, very big. So companies' preference has been like people who are already experienced. They are hiring them rather than freshers. But yeah, maybe in a year or so, try gaining that experience. Try reaching out to more people. Try being active on sites like LinkedIn. Try being active on sites like which host multiple competitions and hackathons. Try going through that route. Try doing some freelance work. If you do a freelance with some company, right, and they feel that you're worthy enough, you'll get a full-time job with that company only, right? So you will build that kind of network, those connections that will help you get a job rather than applying to a different company. Be active on LinkedIn, be active on Twitter. So if you're somebody who's into UI, UX, who's into product, who's into this core software engineering, right? So there's a big community, big, like very good remote startup founders are there on Twitter. Go explore, put your work, like whatsoever you have done, try putting it on, like maybe people call it learn in public or learn by doing. It's try doing that. You'll get more opportunities. You'll get more visibility. That is important. So maybe try everything, whatever is there in your plate. Focus on building skills. You will get a job. Don't worry.
Yes, okay, that sounds like a very good advice actually. So hope you guys heard of us. And so there's one more question I wanted to. This is like a follow up and a very simple one too. So the thing is, you mentioned that you need to showcase your work on Twitter, LinkedIn, and other platforms. Like, so how exactly one would do that? I mean, instead of just simply showing a video and then showing I'm building this, I'm building that, that would not grab the attention of other people. So what are the best ways to show the audience that they are good at what they do?
See, maybe it's not just you come out of anywhere and just post and you go back, right? So it's like you need to build that kind of community. Let's say if you're very good at JavaScript, you're working on frameworks like Next.js, React.js. Maybe you need to talk about these frameworks very frequently. You need to follow relevant people on platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter who are writing about these topics, who know about these topics, and that would make a difference, right? You will have that kind of community whenever you will post something about the project that you have done. Maybe a small video would also work, I would say. Try writing a description and writing a project. And it's not just one time, right? You should be continuous on that platform. Be it writing about JavaScript, writing about tech in general, writing about web development, writing about your niche. That will get you more eyes. And if your content is adding value to anyone's life, people will start engaging with your content. Once they start engaging with your content, you build that kind of repo, and there are high chances that companies will start approaching you. Like now, if I talk about me, so on a daily basis, I get a lot of recruiters who reach out to me for different things, right? Be it job openings in India, abroad, multiple companies for different roles. So I have been benefited a lot from platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter. I do get reach outs every single day. So maybe this is something that can be tried on. But yeah, not a short way, but yes, can be tried on.
I get it now. The thing is, one more thing I want to ask you, which is, for example, the people might be asking, I think you would have gotten a lot of questions as well, which is, which programming should I learn first? Or should I learn Rust this year because the Rust is getting a lot of demand? Should I learn Python because the ML is getting a lot of demand? So should one, shift their careers or shift their field just because something is trending currently? Or should they focus on, what they are interested in?
No, I don't think if somebody's telling you to learn Rust, go and learn Rust. No, that should not be the case. Focus on fundamentals, right? You should be fundamentally aware of what problem solving is, how to write a piece of code, be it in any language, whether it's C++, Java, Python, whatsoever you know, just pick one language and stick to it. This is what I would say. Understand that language fundamentally well, build those projects, then you can move to any language. It's not difficult, right? Moving from one language to another, it's just a syntax change. Everything else remains the same. Operators remain the same, whatsoever. Like writing the code or problem solving remains the same in all languages. It's irrespective of any language. What matters is only the syntax. That syntax can be learned in a small amount of time. Don't focus upon one if let's say I come and say learn JavaScript, start learning JavaScript. I come and say you learn Rust, start learning Rust. That should not be the case. Whatsoever you are learning, whether you're learning C++, focus on C++, learn it fundamentally, learn some advanced concepts, so that you should be the go-to person for C++. Whenever I have some doubt in C++, I should ask you and you should be able to answer. That kind of stuff, if you have with any one language, I think it's more than enough. You don't need to run behind whatever is trending or not, because trends come and go, right? People, let's say 10 years down the line, people were talking a lot about ML. Then the trend came down. Then people started talking about blockchain. It was above, it was up. Then it came down. Last 2-3 years, we were talking about Web3, NFT, crypto. Everyone was doing that. Came down. Now Gen AI, people are talking about generative AI, ChatGPT. That's at the peak, right? Now everyone's saying, learn Gen AI, learn prompt engineering. This is going to be the future. Maybe, yes, possible. But at the same time, if your fundamentals are strong, you can learn these skills, right? You can learn blockchain also, you can learn Gen AI also. If your fundamentals are strong, you know how to code. Learning would not be. If your fundamentals are weak and you're just jumping or hopping on to these trends, like last year you were learning Web3, now you're learning Gen AI, next year you learn something else, next year you're good for nothing then, right? Focus on fundamentals, and you can grab anything that you.
Yes. Actually, that's a very brutal answer, but actually it's straightforward. So one more thing I want to ask you is, like in the AI race now, there's a lot of LLMs coming one after the other. I mean, the same company is releasing different versions of same model, like advanced version. There is now a Gemini AI, there is text to image, too much. But what exactly happening in this, AI world now? There's like too much innovations, and where exactly is going to lead us to?
See, for like people talk about AI taking away your jobs, AI will get people jobless or something like that. This was the trend, right? What people talk about. What I would say is they have helped make software engineers more efficient. Whatever, I talking to a lot of my friends who are working in big tech companies, right? So for them also, it has somehow helped. They, rather than just Googling the stuff, they can put it on ChatGPT and they can get some hint on how to proceed with the bug, right? So it is for good, right? But let's say with the advancements, we are seeing a lot of things coming in mid-journey. You can generate images. Every single day, there's so many people extensions using ChatGPT plugins and building something over it. So that can be concerning at some point of time because it can be used illegally or something like that. So government need to come into line and they'll put some this is like my personal belief is government would come into the picture. They'll put some restriction on this AI, Gen AI. There will be a certain line where people need to stop. Right? You can't something beyond it. But yeah,
Exactly.
this would generate more jobs. That this would help software engineers grow. This would help people think out of the box, and we will get to see more innovations. This is what I can see. Now also you are seeing a lot of innovations, right? Be it in any industry. You are a content creator yourself. Every single day there's a new app coming in who is helping content creators. Maybe write subtitles, maybe edit videos, maybe write so many stuff. Right? Every single day there's so many things. So you need to be very, very careful. You need to understand how to use that stuff to your benefit.
Yes, actually. That is what I wanted you to say, actually. That is, you have to use the AI to your fullest. It's not going to replace you. That is actually the best answer, to be honest. Okay, so I'm a very fan of your keynote sessions at college. So what got you excited about attending these keynote sections, and what excited you to start content creation, become a speaker, etc.?
See, when I was in college, I was very passionate about public speaking, right? I didn't have any other skills. Like, when people were preparing for freshers party, like somebody was into dancing, somebody was into singing, somebody was into this dramatics and stuff. I thought I don't know anything. What I can do? So I was thinking what I can do. So I thought, let's say I was good at speaking. Let's try it out. So within my college, I hosted using this MC, right? Person who coordinates over the stage for any function. Who's an anchor? You can say an anchor.
Answer, yeah.
I was there on the stage for almost every event that happened in my college, from a fashion show to an annual function to a tech fest to a conference. So I was there at the stage throughout my college. When COVID came in, I was like, I'm not getting that chance to go on stage. What can be done? So I came on to YouTube. Let's say if I record a video and 100 people would watch that video, I'm satisfied, right? I'm fulfilling that kind of joy. So I started with that, and it eventually grew. Then I came to know this is also something that can be explored. Maybe 100 can be, this number 100 can be taken to 1,000. That's a very big number. 1,000 taken to 10,000. And the scalability is immense, right? You can scale to any number of people. Started with that, grew, got appreciation, was seeing the impact, started getting college invites, started teaching. I've taught on multiple platforms. So that kind of impact that you see, you're changing somebody's life, somebody's getting a job because of you, somebody's getting internship because of you. You are meeting people offline and they're saying you that they have watched your content and they have gotten a job. So that is rewarding, that is motivating. And college sessions, you go to college, there are tens of people who have already seen your content, who know you well, who come to you, take pictures, who have maybe solved your sheet or something, and they come and tell their testimony, like, I've solved your sheet, I've done these many questions, I interviewed for this company, I was selected, I got my first job. So that is something that motivates. And keynote sessions, it's I don't prepare anything for these keynote sessions. There's nothing like I prepare and go, right? There's nothing. Just after the session tomorrow, also I have a flight in the morning. I'm going to a session tomorrow again. And it's just that I'll go there. I know what is going in the mind of students, what are the kind of questions they would be. Just
Exactly.
So interaction and that connect, that is very, very important, and that makes the session more interesting. This is the ideology. This is why I'm doing that.
Yeah, I think I told you too. I just mentioned in my story that I'm going to be speaking with Arsh Goyal, and please ask your questions here. And a lot of people did too, and I just found a few things.
See, for somebody from non-IT to IT, they need to focus upon one skill, right? Let's
Mhm.
say, try understanding what is web development, what is front end. Try being a good front end engineer, right? Initially, you'll get a job, maybe a 20,000 job, 25,000 job, 30,000 job. That is your start.
Mhm.
That is the hardest part to find out. Once you get that 20, 30,000 job and you have done front end for 1 year, you are
Mhm.
equivalent to somebody who is already into IT. Right? You can move to any company, any job, any interview.
Yes.
That would not make sense. Pick one skill, be the best in it, and you are done. So when somebody wants to move from non-IT to IT, I would suggest them to follow this development path. That would be suitable for them, because learning DSA at the beginning might be daunting for them. Right? They
Okay.
might
Okay.
they might not be very comfortable with learning DSA at the beginning. They can come into IT through this development field. Once they're in IT, then they'll automatically understand what's the importance of DSA. Then they'll start learning DSA. They'll have some hands-on practice. Apart from that, there are multiple other fields also. Be it somebody wants to get into data analytics, right? So he should be very comfortable in learning SQL, Python, and stuff. So that is one. Somebody wants to get into data science, so you have a different roadmap altogether. Somebody wants to get into data engineering, for that you have a separate roadmap. So you need to decide upon what you are more interested in. I would say get an understanding of what is data analytics, data engineering, data science, software engineering, full stack development, and which field interests you more, or you feel that it isn't suitable for you. Go for that. uh, Entry to barrier is, there's no entry to barrier in software engineering, right? Anyone can come to software engineering. Somebody who is very close to, let's say, a business analyst side of thing, so might be for a non-IT to IT guy, data analyst or business analyst would be a very suitable role that does not involve a lot of coding. But yeah, you can be in tech without a lot of coding. So this is also one prospect. So you need to understand what your calling says and what you want to do in life.
So let's move on to the general part of this episode. And I just wanted to ask you this. Let's say someone who's got an internship opportunity on campus and they also got an internship off campus. But the problem is when they said yes to an on campus interview, they can't say no to it, right? Because that might affect the company who's coming to the college, and like something like that, it's happening. So at that point, what should that person do? I mean, the off campus could be a better opportunity. So what would that person do?
It depends upon from college to college. I would not say all colleges do that. Some colleges have that
Mm,
kind of policy. In some colleges, once you get an on-campus placement, you're free to apply for off-campus. My college had the same
mm,
policy. If you have got an
mm,
on-campus placement, you can apply for off-campus. If you are getting a better offer, definitely you should go for a better offer, right? Nobody cares about it. But still, in some colleges, this is prevalent. I would say if you are getting an off-campus chance, go try for it, get that offer. Once you have that offer, then you have multiple reasons, multiple things, and you can convince everyone, right? Don't
mm.
just worry about that you should not apply only. Go ahead and apply. Go ahead and give interviews. Get that offer. Then let's discuss on this topic. Then it won't be a problem for sure.
Yes, okay. You just need to make sure that you have all the things that you need. Correct. You have an off-campus internship. You have all the offer letter and everything, so that they will be convinced that you can have a
Yeah.
better experience over there.
Let's say you are
Yes,
getting a
exactly.
let's say you're getting a 6 LPA on campus job, and off campus you
Mm,
crack a 15 LPA job. Why would your
exactly.
college
Yeah.
not allow you to join 15 LPA? That won't be a problem.
Yes.
Just get
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, that's correct. And last of all, I just wanted to ask you this. Okay, what are the good characteristics and good habits that a developer needs to build over time in order to grow in order to become a better developer?
the first thing that we already talked about is consistency. So it's not just in God, but throughout your life you need to be consistent with things.
Yes.
Only you need to keep yourself updated with multiple technologies, else you will be wiped out.
Okay.
Every single day, like why companies are paying a lot of money to you, right? You'd see companies
Yeah.
paying some 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. Why they're paying this much? Because every single day you're facing something new and you need to think out of the box to solve that problem. If it would have been
Okay.
same repetitive things, then software engineering would also not pay this much. It's just that you
Okay.
are thinking out of the box, you're doing something new that everyone can't do, right? So you
Okay.
need to
Okay.
be who should take initiatives, who should keep themselves updated, be consistent on things, try being more curious and learning stuff that would make a difference. So, and have that growth mindset everywhere, wherever you go. So these are the 4 or 5 things. If you get this mantra in your life, I believe you would be successful developer, and you will have a long journey.
Nice, nice. Okay. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for all the exciting ideas that you gave on us. I mean, I asked a lot of questions in this very short episode, and thank you so much for being a part of this. And I would like to thank the viewers also to for giving me all these type of questions. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Naveen, and wishing you all the best. Hope this episode was insightful and many people would get to learn about stuff we have talked about. Thank you so much and all the best.